Why is it not rotating? Okay, wait. Can I make a press? You know the press. This is rotating. We'll go back again. Okay. Take.
Okay, right. Sorry guys for the break in transmission. Have to talk about
Yes. Nobody for now. So thank God. So that will just go like this for now. Just to be fair, gradual. Maybe like mush.
So, hi guys, welcome to our YouTube channel, and we're very, very sorry for the late for the delay in starting. And you're welcome. In case you're just joining us,
You're welcome.
actually the title of this live session is our
Love story uncovered.
right. So,
Yeah.
don't mind Prince behind the camera. Just give me funny gestures to make us laugh. Like we said, the title is our love story uncovered. But the way we have structured this program to go is that first of all, we start.
Just a short prayer.
Yeah, so in Jesus'
Yes.
name,
Amen.
Father, we thank you. We give you glory, we give you all the praise and adoration. Thank you, Lord, for the purpose of this great union, because it's going to be a blessing and a transformation to your generations. Lord, we pray that today that this program, of God, will be an impact of life for us. Almighty God, we open this session for the Father, and the Holy Ghost. In Jesus' name. And the church shall say,
Amen.
Welcome to our love story.
uncovered. Yes.
So shortly, I know we just prayed, but we are going to be praying for the little kids, the children that were kidnapped.
Yes.
So we are going to be praying for them just before we move into the main, program of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's just take, even if it's just a minute, to pray for them.
And I will encourage you to join us to pray for them. In case you're watching us, you're online, please, let's just pray for them.
And when you can speak up, please speak up.
Yes.
Because it's time for we all to speak up. So let's
Yes.
quickly pray.
Father, in Jesus' name,
Amen.
Lord, we thank you for the beautiful life of these little children, the school principal, and every other person that was held captive with them. Lord, declare and we declare, Father, that you set confusion in the camp of the enemies in the name of Jesus. Lord, Father, you set confusion in their language, you set confusion in their communication, you set confusion in their agreement. Let there be disagreement in their agreement in the mighty name of Jesus. Father, let their purpose be divided. Let their purpose be destroyed in the mighty name of Jesus. They and their sponsors, Father, we declare and declare that you set fire and confusion and free those beautiful kids. Henceforth, Lord, in this nation, Nigeria, we decree and we declare, Father, that all the evildoers and their sponsors, oh God, you will put them to judgment in the mighty name of Jesus, and they will meet to their destruction in Jesus' mighty name.
Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah. I'm done.
We are not in church, so welcome back.
Yeah, you're welcome back to the Champions family, and this is our love story uncovered. So the first session we're going to take
It's Q&A,
yeah,
couples
Q&A, couples Q&A, where we randomly choose numbers and then we ask questions that fall into that number. And then there will be a point also where you regarding relationship, regarding dating,
To know about.
about us. Yeah, and personal questions you want to know about us. But here, let's just assume you would love to see us, to meet us personally, right? But then, and you know, but now it's a media space. So please let us know. We're here to
Okay,
answer you.
so we have question 1 to 10. We wrote it separately, so we don't. He does not know what I wrote, and I don't know what he wrote.
Yes.
So we'll be picking numbers randomly. So whatever number he picks, I will read the question for him, and he will have to answer. Same with me. So
Okay.
let's get into
So who goes
this.
first? Ladies before
Eh,
gentlemen. Ladies.
So
Let
I
the
should
ladies
pick.
go.
No, you're
No.
supposed to
Okay, let me
pick.
pick, then you answer. Okay, let me.
No, you
This
pick,
one we're
then I will
sitting too
ask you.
close. I hope you're not seeing my questions.
No, I'm not. Don't worry. Don't worry. No, you're meant to pick a number as the first
Okay,
person.
then okay,
I
give
will
me
ask you.
question number 5.
Question number 5
Mm.
says, how do you think we balance our individual dreams and lifestyle with our life as a couple?
Huh? That's a very serious question.
Yeah.
Individual dreams, right?
Yes.
And our lifestyle
Mm-hmm.
is first of all we have that on level of understanding, not being into full-time content creation, right?
So,
And personally, I study theater and film. I'm a thespian, so what you see me doing today is, let me say, the minute version of what God actually placed in my heart to do. This is the life I actually want to live, and this is the life I will live. So incorporating my wife into it, although we had that conversation and that understanding before we got married, that she got to know my vision, she know where I'm headed to. So how we manage to do it is, I think it comes to a level of personal sacrifice. Yes, and understanding to fill in the gap for each other, to be there for each other, to help each other complement our dreams. Right? So she understands this is where I'm going to, and
okay.
she putting in her own quota into it would make me better, and not also, and will make me better and make her too better. It won't take from her. But I think one of the reasons why we don't do most things for couple ourselves and as couples, we feel it will minus from our part. No, it's a plus. So how we do it is from a place of, I think it's from a place of sacrifice and understanding. And I believe there are also ways I come into our business.
That's why I say
Yes, lifestyle too.
So this one we are talking. I guess you're answering dreams. So what about lifestyle? Because we are two different people from different backgrounds. So what will you say? How are we? You know,
How we
able to
coping is that we choose to be free-minded, to learn. We choose to learn and unlearn.
Yeah.
So daily, I see myself learning and unlearning, and that way you say lifestyle, it covers a lot of aspects. It comes down to food, and then yes, food is also part of it.
Yeah.
And so I think we learn and unlearn. I don't
Okay.
know if I answered that correctly.
Okay.
Are you satisfied?
That's fair. It's
Yeah.
okay. He tried. He tried. So your turn.
Okay, give me question number 1.
No, I'll be the
Okay,
one to
okay.
ask you. So give me question number 3.
Question number 3. Okay.
Yeah.
What challenge have we faced that made us stronger as a team? Ha! Why did I begin with a simple question? Like the answer is in the tip. You
No,
get
not really. Okay. I think the challenge was the first challenge was our YouTube channel going down. The first channel, yes, that went down. That was it. In fact, we were devastated when that channel went down. But we were able to pick ourselves back to say, who give up? Na him do waiting.
I
So we refused to give up. And then we just, I won't say we cried, but we were sad. And then we picked up the remaining pieces and we started again.
So I've been better with crying though. Because you can't cry for long. You cry for a while and then before you reach you chair up.
It
But
would not eat. Me, I ate
this one, she eats when she's angry. Whenever she's
eat
angry,
when
that's
I'm
when she eats more.
angry.
But me, I couldn't eat well for like 3 days.
Alright,
Wow.
that was our
They
first
got it.
challenge.
They nailed
Yeah.
it actually. Okay, give me question number. Let me tick. We
Yeah,
actually
take the
took
one. Two.
you took 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
So what question do you want?
Um, give me question number 3.
Okay, it says, what's a small habit of mine that you really appreciate?
Hmm. What's the habit of yours that I really
Yeah,
appreciate?
something that just attach small habits, not even a deep, just small one.
That I really appreciate.
Yes.
Hey, there have been argument too, but do I appreciate it?
Do I argue like that? To be very
Ah,
sincere,
but I think you're actually changing. You're actually
I
adjusting
don't
gradually.
argue like that
Ah,
again. I don't have strength. If it's before, I
mm,
will agree with you that hey, but right now, I don't think Anyway, you're the one answering. I shouldn't be
well,
answering
it's
for
actually
myself.
argument too, but the question is do I appreciate it?
What
Most
you
times,
appreciate, that's what I asked you, not what you don't like.
what I appreciate. And the fact is that yeah, you're a planner, a very good planner, and that's actually like a minus on my part. Do you understand me? Though I plan, but not like she does. So I appreciate that part of her a lot. And even while considering of uh, getting married, and
I was our wedding planner.
she was our wedding planner, full
I
time wedding
planned
planner. So
everything with my baby
and
girl, and she really
NST, yeah,
helped me.
NST
But I
baby, I
planned
wish it like
everything, and it went well by the grace of God.
yeah, yeah. So is that part of her planning habits? So she's a good planner, and I saw a loophole, not really a loophole, but I saw a part of me that we had that had a good compliment from her. So that's one of the habits I see that I
Okay,
appreciate.
nice one. So your turn. I'll go for number 10.
But then
Yes.
don't look up.
No, I'm not looking. Don't need to hide it. I'm not really.
Ah, God, I would have wished this question come lastly. At what age would you have loved our paths to cross again in our next life?
At what age?
Yes.
I feel like
What age would you be in our next
it's
life
like
that you would want our paths to cross again?
okay. Let me just say maybe from 25, maybe just maybe. But I just feel like everything really happened at the right time. The timing is when everything happened is
So don't you
perfect. But I
wish
would just
don't you
say
wish in the next
earlier.
life we should have met earlier?
That's why I said maybe 25. I took it backwards.
Like okay, like
You mustn't say it. Backward is backward. I took it backward
okay,
now, and
alright.
it's good because honestly, before you think of marriage or I just feel like you need to have sense. So thank God I've always had sense, so, but I just feel like it's a good age because even all this prolonged dating, too. So I just feel like at that age, if our path had crossed at that point,
Yeah.
is a good time. It's a good time for our paths to cross. Yeah.
Well, should I compliment that question? Should I add up to
Yeah,
it? Well, to
you
me,
can.
I would have wished my next life we meet maybe when I will be 32.
You said you not take it proper like that. You see,
I
so
would have,
I just feel like
I would have wished I were
the
32.
answer complements each other. The answer is
Yeah.
complements each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so your turn.
Give me question number one. Let me even see what you have.
Number
What you
one.
have on your number one list for me.
What's something about our relationship that surprised you over time? Our marriage and relationship that surprised you over time.
Well,
Like you was
um,
not expecting it to, you know, that
what
is so
surprised
true.
me, like I keep asking, but I think it
Mm,
reflects in one of my questions. But
yeah,
what surprised me was the level of faith you took with me to
okay.
to take the bold step into getting married, right? Was the level
Yes.
of the bold step you took to join me in planning. In fact, the intentionality of getting married, right? Like I kept asking, if you remember, I kept asking them, like,
Yes.
oh, what convinced you? Like, what made you really feel like
Every
I was like, we should do it? Like,
everyone
because
accepted. He called the next day. Are you sure? Are you sure?
it was the level of confidence, right? After
Yeah.
all, but there's a part that I would not want to come here because
Mm.
it's a lot. It's going to reveal some things about it. But then when you have actually argued about when you have dragged something for long and somehow after the whole process, then the person now say yes. That kind of thing that you'll be wondering if you want to wake up in the morning and say, wait, am I now in a relationship?
Okay. 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 Number five. I like
Okay. Um, what do do you think
Mm,
is the biggest adventure I
mm.
would have us to do together? I
Biggest adventure.
I haven't got
to understand me and to
Okay, as a
know me now
person
as a person. What kind of what's the biggest adventure you think I would want us
to do.
to take as a
I feel
couple?
like I have two things in mind.
Okay.
Number one, he loves culture. You understand? He loves culture. So I feel like he always talk about he can't wait for us to travel, make documentaries, look, go to different countries, see their culture and all that. He loves culture. So I think that's one of the things. And then he loves youth, he loves impact. That's the second one. So just it's something that I feel like he wants me to, he will be the one like the main person, but he will want my support. So those are the two adventures I feel like he want us to go on together because it's not just here. Even when it comes to impact, it's beyond Nigeria. So it's something that he always talks about, and I know that he wants me to join him to push that
That
dream.
dream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Good. Good.
okay, so
Okay, give me question number 6.
question number 6 is it what do you think makes us a really good team even on our tough days?
Ah,
Mhm.
inspiring. What makes us a really good team?
Even on
Even on
okay.
our tough days, that we are
Yeah.
both. Um, um, hold on, there, I'm looking for the word. Um, ah, why am I using the word? We are
Mm-hmm.
both not adventurous. I know it's not the word. We are both people of insights, and
Yeah.
then we are risk takers and good people of faith. So we don't most likely like see it figured out before taking the step. Do you understand? So that's actually
We try to figure it out.
yeah, I do.
No, I said we try
Yeah,
to
we try
figure
to
it
get
out.
along and
Yes.
figure it out
Out.
in the process. So
Yeah.
that has really helped us to what's to overcome on even the most tough days of our life. And then we are visionary people.
Yeah, I just feel like what I would say because everything you said is correct, but a single word for it is that we have almost same belief in a lot of things, so it
Yeah,
makes it easier for us to navigate life, even when maybe he does something and I don't like, or I do something that he does not like. We have same understanding about how to resolve conflicts and all those things, so it makes it easy for us. So I guess everything he said is the same thing I'm saying, just that I just feel like we believe having
yeah.
someone that have
So
same
our
belief
belief
with
system actually help us. But I think
yes.
also to be beyond
When I say believe, it's not just religious, so
yeah, yeah,
like even about life.
our belief on life, our
Yes,
perspectives
on how we
on
see
how we
life.
see life. Yes,
Yes.
I think in that one actually we resonate a lot. In fact, the whole if I would crown it in words, I'll say our perspective about life
Yes, and which
is
also
what helps
help.
us a lot.
Yes, which also help our understanding. It makes us like understand each other very easily. It's not
Yes,
something that we find it difficult to do.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Okay, so that's it.
And yeah, that's good. Let's do. Give me question number.
Okay, I'm the one giving you
Okay, sorry.
question.
Maybe I love
Okay,
asking your question.
give me question number 2.
Number 2.
Mm,
Okay.
I might.
Mm. What is the one where I make you feel really seen or heard in our day-to-day life? What is that one way that I do to make you feel really seen or
In
heard
our
in
day-to-day
our
life,
day-to-day
right?
life? Yeah.
Okay, since we said day-to-day life, I'll be answering it with that
Okay.
emphasis, day-to-day life. I think I would say one of my what do they call it? Love language is act of service. Yes, because over
Okay.
time, yeah, I think so. It's one of my, and that's why if you, even as a friend, if you're really there for me, I will be there for you too, like crazy, like oh sorry, but I'll be really there for you too. So I think not even just about the marriage, but now in our marriage, I feel like one of my love love languages of act of service. So one thing he does that I really appreciate is that any time of the day, I can tell him to go and help me pick up my parcel, my business parcel. He can be in Kafanchan, but before he comes back home, he will make sure he gets that thing for me. and that really makes me happy. You understand? Because it makes me know that okay, you want to see me grow in this business. And sometimes it's not even business, sometimes it's clothes, sometimes it's just my personal thing. But he knows that if he does not bring back that thing home, I will not be happy. So you just make sure
You
he
did not
tries to
mention the
get it.
most
Eh?
market.
Eh? All of them follow for Elana. Yes, now yes, of course. Most times he goes to the market. I will say, I think this one is a general thing. I always send this. Draw your ear.
Okay,
I
okay.
always send this, and he will make
Uh,
sure he gets those things on the list. But I
mhm,
think it's common in most marriages. But
mhm,
I'm telling you what is peculiar to me. All those
mhm,
business people, it just to touch me in
mhm.
one corner of
Okay,
my heart.
that one has a lot of tickling. Okay, okay.
Okay, so
Mm,
ask me one question.
give me
Mhm.
question number 8.
Number 8 says, what's something you do for me that you think goes unnoticed, but it means a lot? To you, it means a lot, but maybe you feel like I don't really appreciate you enough for it.
Mm, yeah,
I used to appreciate it, but maybe
yeah. I'm
there's
thinking,
something,
maybe I have to think
maybe
about this
there's
one.
something.
Sorry, just give me small
Yeah.
minute. Let me think about. Is there one that I don't see you being appreciative of it?
Maybe I do appreciate it, but maybe you feel
Maybe
like,
not enough.
maybe you feel like, maybe if I say it more, it will ginger you to do more.
Not
You can't
really.
think
Oh,
of
I can't
any.
think of anyone though, but let me
Put it,
maybe
clap your hands
another shift.
together for the appreciative
I've
part.
not concluded
You
yet. I've
mean
not concluded.
okay?
Whenever I come back on the market, you used to
Uh,
tell me thank you.
thank
You
you.
used to tell me thank you, and ah,
Uh-huh.
I remember.
Okay.
I remember.
Yeah, now see.
You know, we got married earlier
Uh,
that first time.
uh,
Normally, me, I'm used to just eating and
uh,
taking the plate and just go and keep in the sink.
uh,
When we are ready to do dishes, we do it.
mm,
But you are the kind of person that immediately eat, take it to the sink,
papa.
bam. And that first time, the thing became a struggle.
Mm,
So I think sometime there was one time ago, and I became more conscious. So
mm,
after eating that
mm,
fateful day, I took a plate to the kitchen, to the
eh,
sink, and
eh,
I washed it,
eh.
and that one passed. I think you appreciated. You were
I said,
surprised.
I was shouting,
No,
hey!
no, no, no. That one you're just like you didn't act very much surprised. So it
Yeah.
was the second time I did it again.
Eh.
You know, I came out in the kitchen. Say, hey, what happened here? What am I seeing? I
Because
was even thinking maybe something got broken in the kitchen. She said, wait, Obi, if you wash the plate,
and that's to show that I'm noticing you.
but after
Eh,
that period, if I'm doing it now, you're not very surprised again. And
okay. Oh,
maybe
wait, next time
it
I
does
see, I
not,
will
it
shout,
does, no,
hey!
it doesn't make me remember to do it often now. Do you understand? So
Okay.
sometimes I'm not very conscious about it. So I think
Eh,
like the few times I've done it, I'm
mm,
not very appreciative about it.
about it.
Concerning,
Okay.
relating to somebody that is trying to take it form.
That is trying to change in
That's
that
trying to
aspect.
change.
Not like,
Trying to see me come more, come more,
okay, that one no be, don't be too much. That one is not a problem for me as
come more
well.
so that I will try.
So that you keep washing it. Okay, oh yeah. I'm the one picking. Question number 7.
Number 7.
Mm, I think we've
Ah,
answered 5
this
questions.
question was somehow, but let me say it
Uh-huh.
since you've chosen it already.
Mm,
What made your faith strong
mm.
that made you accepted my proposal to plan our wedding without one naira savings?
The thing is that, okay,
Remember, I
what
was
made,
not having one naira savings on that plan our wedding.
yes.
So,
One thing is that he was very honest. He came clean. You understand? He told me this is it, this is it. But he told me his plan. He did not come without the 1 naira savings and without the plan. No. There was plan. So me, I believe that if you have a good plan, you understand, you can start with that. If you understand. But that wasn't the only thing, but that was the first step. Assuming you came, no savings and no plans, I say what I'll say. Maybe you can save relationship, but if you come and say I want to marry, I will look you with it. But number one, the fact that you had plans and the plans were visible. You understand? He came plain, like both financially and everything. We sat down together to calculate how much he earns, and in the next so months that we are planning this wedding, what and what can he do? You understand? So we sat down to do all those calculations. That one was part of it. But apart from the fact, before I even accepted, asked him, I told him there was a time I even went to pray, and I told him that I heard with, I've not gotten maybe when I heard the weight, I was like, ah, wait again. I tell him this one because the story looks. If I tell him this weight again, he will not be happy. He will change it for me. But still, I told him. So when I finally come answer, I just knew that if if I'd already got my answer from God and I know that it's from God, I just know that somehow He will back us up in the whole process, and He did just that. God backed us up. So that's it.
Okay. So you had God's backing.
Of course,
That was what made
definitely.
you step into it
Yes,
with full chest,
yes.
believing
You
that
know,
God will provide,
yes.
and the God did more than that.
Yeah, of course, of course.
Okay.
It
Wow.
did.
Prince behind the camera saying you ate that until his stomach was bleeding. But okay, at this point, we want to use this moment to appreciate everyone that has been supporting us
Yes.
online and offline before now. Before now, I want to use this moment to appreciate them. I will mention a name of a few people who have actually
Yes.
made impact in our lives as persons, and then let's just use this interlude to appreciate them before we go over to the next question. So I want to this is a direct shout out to Mr. Rex Omamuchu, or am I forgetting his name? Mr. Rex Uju. I want to say thank you very much, our technical leader, my spiritual father, my mentor. Thank you very much for always looking out for us, for our union, even while we were singles, and your impact in my life. Your wife also, Mrs. Mrs. Antonia Rex Uju. Thank you very much, mommy. You have done so much. We appreciate you, and we love you. We love your family. Thank you so much, Mr. Ishaku, Barrister Ishaku. Thank you so much, Stanley. Thank you, Prince. Thank you,
Ennis
Jude.
baby,
Thank you,
Ennis
Ennis
thing.
baby, and
So my
Victor.
yes, my big sis. Oh my God, almost all the wedding outfit you saw, she made it. Then my mom. Hmm. That one, I think I'll just give her Mama's event planner because
Yeah.
what? That woman took over that whole occasion.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
she carried it on her head, so I really appreciate
yeah,
her.
general thanks to
Yeah,
our
our
families,
family, they
our
showed
families,
up.
our siblings,
Mr.
siblings.
Duncan, Amos.
Oh,
Oh God.
Mr. Duncan, thank you. Our siblings, Mama
Technical
Praise,
unit.
technical unit members,
Hmm.
LFC, FHA, Lube.
Lube.
Una love choke.
It too choke.
Una love
Even up
choke.
to now, it still a choke.
That's what I do for you.
Anyway, we still have much questions to
Okay, yeah.
ask, so we appreciate you guys. And if you're watching, please don't forget to like, subscribe to our channel, and share. Please keep sharing.
Thank you very much.
You.
And I'm giving you asking me the next question.
I asked you number 7. Abby.
No, number 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ask
You
number
asked
7.
number, you answered number 10.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
So you are the one asking now.
yeah.
Mm.
So give me number 2.
Number 2. How do we handle disagreement in a way that makes us stronger?
Mm. In a way that made us stronger.
Yeah.
This one is actually very sensitive. How we
Yeah.
handle this agreement is I think first of all I would first of all
I think the answer is simple. But you can say.
the answer is simple. We resolve it by having a conversation about it. We don't allow it linger. While we're preparing, this marriage of a thing is something you prepare for psychologically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually too, and all around. So we got to understand that uh, uh, problems in marriage or conflicts in marriage, particularly, are like food you cook. If you don't warm it, attend to it immediately, you let it go to the next day, it will sour and get spoiled. So if you decide to leave a conversation because one person is angry and does not want to talk, fine, it's okay to maybe express temporary displeasure, but we don't let it linger. We come back to talk about it, so we don't sleep on it and waking up, you know, once you wake up, it multiplies. So we hold conversation in our marriage to communication conversation to a very strong esteem, high esteem. Because we've seen our parents in the faith and also some people we model after. We've seen them do these things and their marriage is working. So we communicate and we have a conversation about it. The thing again, I think that adds to it is that me, before now, I'm this kind of person that actually because I believe I don't hold things to heart. So you could offend me
and I may not, because I see maybe having a conversation about something immediately, maybe it might build to something else. So my me before now, I forgive you ahead of time. So maybe you actually offend me or I offend you, and then coming to you, you now you want us to have a conversation about it. I may not want to because I just say, "Ah, let's talk," and I'll come and move on. I would have moved on, so I want to hold another conversation. That last part that is unresolved. But meeting my wife, she happened not to be that kind of person. She believed everything must be discussed and resolved. So somehow, I grew up and I evolved, and that became part of me. I decided learning to have a conversation because before I could just say I'm sorry. Before you even
Yeah.
explain what I did, I say I'm sorry. So
Yeah. He will not even wait to hear what he did. You will just say I'm sorry. So me, I feel like most times when you apologize like that, you're not really sorry because you need to meditate on what you did and make a decision not to repeat that. You understand? And sometimes it's not just about the fact that you forgive, it's the fact that you that has not ended
yes,
open. You
it's
just
open.
you'll be having conversations. Okay, I'm coming. Let me buy something, and that's it. You won't want to talk about it again. But thank God, I'm saying this to everybody that's about to get married. Counseling is good.
Yes.
This was one of the things. Do you know? I didn't even tell our counselor. He mentioned it on his own,
Yes.
and since that day, from the day we did that counseling, from the day we treated that topic during counseling till today, I will tell you for a fact that he changed in that aspect very well. We take communication very seriously in our marriage. We discuss there's nothing that is too small to discuss. We discuss every little thing. And I think it has really helped us.
A lot, a
That's
lot,
why I
a
told you
lot.
that. And we are two people that don't keep marriage from our separate lifestyles
Yeah.
before we even came together. So that's one of the things we spoke about before about us having same belief about a lot of
Yeah.
things.
Same
So just to
perspective
add to that,
issues.
yeah, so that's it.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Ask your question.
Okay. I want to okay. Okay, number 8.
Sorry, the notice.
Mm,
Number eight.
yeah.
And number eight says, guys will love this question. I'm asking this question. For Christian brothers, I'm asking this question on your behalf. Let's go. Women see a particular thing.
Mm.
Hmm? Women see particular things before saying yes to a man. Again. So, what was that thing that you saw about me before saying yes?
You know, he has been asking me this question since.
And when I was drafting this question, I was on number 8. Holy Spirit just hinted it to me. I said, confirm.
He has been
This
asking me
question, she can always keep saying, don't worry, I'm a
because
woman. So today, say it.
the thing is that before we got married, we were very good friends. We were friends for a while, for years. We were just friends, like but we're good friends. You know, if he has issues, he calls me. He will call me and we will talk about it. So fast forward to when we wanted to get married after the whole front and back. So when we wanted to get married, when I accepted, he kept on asking me, what? Because I told you, remember, we were friends. So he kind of have ideas of the tutors that were coming for me and the kind of people I've been with. So he'll be asking, "Oh, wait, oh, what did make you know this
This person,
person?
I will keep
What did make you know
asking.
this person? Why did
Yes.
you, what did you see in me that made you accept me?" And I used to tell him that I don't know how to explain it. Number one, I told you, like I said earlier, I prayed about it. So me, one thing I know is that when I have a conviction or if I've gotten that prompt to go, there's no time that I will get a prompt from the Holy Spirit to go ahead with something that I regret it. So number one, if I've gotten that prompt to go, I know that I have the backing of the Holy Spirit, and I know that by the grace of God, it's not going to go wrong. Number, let me tell you now, marriage is hard work.
Yeah.
So God alone, let me tell you, I will tell you, is even more. There's the spiritual, but it's the physical aspect is plenty. So if you don't put in the work, don't think that the Holy Spirit will come and do everything for you. You must put in the work. But if you are putting in the work and you make God the center of your home, there's no how it's going to go wrong. That's number one thing. So sometimes it's not what you see in the person, but
Okay.
what you heard. Then
Okay.
number two, I told him that somehow God has given the women the magical power to see potential. So
That's what I want to
now
know. That
it's
part.
not something that can be explained with the physical
How?
mouth, but it's just something that you know.
Please, ladies in the
You know
comment section, I
when
want to know.
even
Can't
if
it be
we never
explained?
reach the Please, the gold,
Yeah.
not melt out the gold completely first.
Yeah.
We are still getting there, but we are seeing some small, small gold. But gold, what's in there? But we know that there's plenty gold. So this person, no, this person, we deal with this person. But maybe because they don't have the want as ladies, we will not say no. We will go for the ones that have the, hair. But the truth is that most times we ladies, we know the right people. So it's like I said, it's not something that can be said. But when you see the right person sometimes, or someone that have potential, you just know that you need that person. So that's
Wow. Okay, I think I've heard what I need to hear for a couple of years. For a couple of years now. So I've heard it and I'm satisfied.
okay.
My
So you
hobby,
be
my hobby
it's
is
satisfied.
satisfied.
You do okay.
Hobby dog.
Like talk.
So take it
They will talk you on that
Hobby
invest.
okay.
Obi, okay. I'm telling you, you say Obi.
Okay, okay. Okay, if you are watching at this point, please leave your questions. We also will check. We'll come online now to also check
Yes, to check.
those questions you want us to answer very soon. We'll come into that
Yes.
session. So keep your questions.
Ready. I think we just have a few questions, like 3 or 4 questions.
Okay, so
So
um,
you
actually,
asked, okay.
yeah, give me question number. I'm assuming my question as
Yeah.
a point of reference. So
Okay.
you have it placed here.
Okay.
Give me question number 9.
Number 9. Okay. When do you feel most loved by me?
Hmm.
What type of thing?
Like always, so I'm trying to figure out what area it does matter most to me.
Yes, exactly.
When seeing you in the world of my passion, of
Yeah.
my dream, I always have
Joy.
yes, gives me 1001% joy because
Uh,
people that know me much earlier from university and all that, even when I was dating then, somehow the very close like very long and good relationship I've kept, I always have a way of incorporating it into my vision and your vision. So I like a way where we complement
impact
each other.
other.
I used to say it, I've told you, I always leave the relationship of impact. I believe when we're together, we should, because we never can tell how life carries us. We should have footprints so that peradventure we are not there with each other tomorrow. There will be stories to tell. When I was with this person, this is when I learned, this is what it made me achieve, this is what what became of me. So seeing you um, incorporating yourself into my vision, my world, and then somehow we're now becoming one, doing it happily. In fact, sometimes we could actually have maybe a little misunderstanding at home, but even before we could discuss about the misunderstanding, because I'm this kind of person that if you're with me with the ideas, before you look,
You
I
always
would have
have ideas.
forgotten that maybe I was trying to have a little beef with you. The next thing you know, how far this concept? Let's do it like this now. So
And
coming,
he's a professional, and then sometimes you just want me to be that professional. Like,
yes,
you get,
yes.
you need to calm down.
So I always feel love when I see you by my side discussing about ideas in my head, vision, and then impacting it into purposeful living out to impact people. So you in my world makes me feel most loved.
That's nice.
Thank you.
So, have I asked question number 4? No,
Uh,
I doubt.
okay, no, you haven't.
Mm-hmm.
So question number 4 says, what is a strong tradition or habit you want us to keep doing as a family till old age? Not till old isn't stick to work and to it.
Okay. I would say I have more than one
Okay,
strong
what
tradition.
most strong, the strongest
Just
of all.
one. Okay. I love a family that play together. I was also born into a family that plays together. My mom, morning, night, we play together. So, and one thing I know that as long as this the presence of God in your home, everything will be moving fine with your own you putting in the work deliberately to it too. So I pray that we'll continue to play together, to fellowship together. Yes. So that's it. But in case of whether this is the most, but in case okay, I'll see maybe pick another one.
Okay.
Is finding a way, the way we always find a way to understand each other. You get? I just
Yeah.
feel like it's something that will continue because as life changes, we change to the evolve.
Yeah.
So I just feel that even as our life is changing together,
Yeah.
we also know
Get
how to
better
yes
together.
get better and then because as it is right now, the understanding comes with peace. So
Yeah.
my prayer is that it's going to continue to come with peace. That way. So that's it.
Amen. That was question number 4, right?
Yes,
Okay. So give me question number. Have I taken one?
yes.
Yes. Okay. Give me question number 6.
You've taken six.
I'm taking
We
your
have
6.
4, 7, and 10.
Okay. Give me 7.
7. What is the most unexpected thing you've learned about love since you've been together, or marriage, love or marriage since you've been
Most
together?
unexpected.
Thing like you were not expecting that now so your life will be. See as your life don't turn to the rest of say marriage and love. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, is how easy life has become
Yeah.
as a married person. Growing up, a lot of us have these fantasies in our head that there's a world and a picture we have already have in our mind growing up, and we transfer this picture to see our marriage and to say, okay, before I will get married, this is how the picture would have been, this would have been. But I think I was sharing this with somebody some days ago, or last week, I've forgotten.
Okay.
But this is me now doing life. Like I'm married. Sometimes earlier on, I'm not trying to get used to it. I wake up Sunday, I like try to get used to be married. And like, so at a point, I was thinking there will be a very big transition. There's be this kind of transition that will be so evident that there's a transition in your life, like you've crossed over and all that. But I realized that the most unexpected is that a lot didn't really change in my life. So I think maybe because I've actually tried my best to be a genuine person. So most time we'll get scared, thinking maybe marriage will break us, or there is a reality, or change us so much. Do you understand? But the unexpected is that a lot of things really seem easy and easy. Just
As long
like
as you
it's free
prepare
flow.
yourself,
Like I'm just flowing.
yeah,
Yeah, so I really didn't expect it. I was thinking there would be a massive
change that will
transition.
make you to
Yes.
say, "Oh my God,
Yes.
I've not seen
Yeah,
her like
because I
this."
think I've asked one of my senior bros to this question. I don't know if he's watching. Mr. Tosin. There was a point we used to have a lot of deep conversations.
Yeah,
So there's one day I asked him, I said, I want to know something has been bothering me. That was before we got married.
yeah,
I think I also asked our counselor this question. I really
yeah.
want to know what is the transition stage
Yes,
between
yes.
the single phase and the marriage. There's something, when they say transition, something is very remarkable. You will know when something crosses. Do you understand? So I really want to know at what point, what will change about me? What will be so like so physical? You see it. Do you understand? And you just say it's all the thing of mindset. And once you're prepared, there's really nothing. Everything will flow.
Yeah, because
And
the things that you expect will shock you. As long as you're ready, there are things that, like now you're a man, you're about to get married, you already know that there's some sacrifice you take for your family.
yeah,
Even as a lady, you know that there are one or two compromise that you have to do.
yeah,
I feel like once you're ready, as it's coming, it's not like a surprise to you. You understand? And also, we always say it still depends on your partner, because some people are still saying surprises. So it depends on your partner. Yeah, that's why it's always good to at least get someone that both of you kind of aligned first physically, because like
yeah.
I said, don't be only kabash kabash. Physical. Let's be realistic. Let's be realistic. Marriage is
Is that
very
is yeah,
physical.
it's marriage is very
It's very
physical.
physical. So
You have to put in the work
yes,
actually.
and
Yeah,
let it be there is someone that both of you, if not, they will be arguing not because you want to be arguing all the time, but because you don't have same belief in a lot of things.
then
So
something again that struck my mind some days ago. I'm a deep thinker, so I think a lot. I meditate. So one time I was actually coming back. So it got dawned on me that those days when we were growing up, when my dad was still working and active, every day he's coming from work, and you realize a man does not really come back home empty-handed. Even when you are not sent, you always want to see something to buy.
yes,
So those days,
maybe there not a list.
yeah, you got that right. Sometimes we used to think maybe my dad has this kind of maybe he
you lack financial management or you just like buying. And my dad is a fruit person, so you always see today buying orange or buying one thing. So I realized a man most often doesn't really come back to his home empty-handed. So I just realized one day I woke up to a realization on my way back that I'm gradually in this shoe. This man did not ask me to buy anything. Who send me? I'll be calculating money, but before you look, something will just make me buy this one, stop here. I just realized I saw myself always bringing things, and sometimes something very little.
Sometimes something little, sometimes big.
Yeah, so I think that's one thing again that is unique to marriage and to a man that is ready to take responsibility. Yeah, I just saw that and I woke up to the realization.
Myself, yeah, my turn to ask you.
Yeah.
So number, I don't know which one I'm not taking.
You've not taken six. Yes. You've not taken six. You've not taken one, and then you've not taken
Okay, let's go with first. Let's go with one.
Okay.
From one, I'll go to six.
What was the fear you had about marriage before we got engaged?
Yes, honestly, one thing, and I think most ladies have that fear, is the fact that just it's almost similar to the question, the last question you did. You know, we used to make married women look miserable online. Let's be realistic. The way they used to make marriage like as if women are miserable in marriage. That's the way they make it look. Like once you enter, you lose yourself. I know when children start coming, they are sacrifice. Huge sacrifices a woman will make. But I also believe that with a good partner, it's going to be a bit less. You will still make those sacrifices. That's just it. But it's going to be a bit less. So one of my biggest fear was like I really do not want to end. I was really scared of entering marriage with anybody that will change who I am. I'm a joyful person. I really do not want to change to something else. You understand? So that was one of my biggest fear in marriage. But thank God, number one, I'm not even someone that is like lives an extravagant life before marriage. So my normal life that I was living is almost, of course, there will be little changes here and there, but it's almost, he's not trying to change me from who I was to something else or who the kind of who, no, he just, I affected him, so we're trying to get back online.
Let me
Just
see.
be patient
Share
with
the
us.
link at once.
Do we have a new link? Do we have a new link? Huh?
Yeah. Sorry guys, please. We had
Blessing.
there was a little break in transmission.
Okay, so you're the next, right?
Yeah, I'm the next. So I'm supposed to ask you the next question, right?
Yes. Okay, first.
Question number one.
Yes, I've answered it now about the fear of being married.
Yeah, you were still at that.
No,
Okay,
I
so
answered it.
so which one do you have next?
So you answer. Why are you looking at my paper?
Okay, give me.
Okay, you have number 4 and number 10.
Okay, give me number 10.
Okay, it said if you had to describe our relationship or marriage in 3 words, what would that be?
Ah, wow. In 3 words. Why?
Yeah.
One,
Think well though.
purpose,
Okay,
faith,
okay,
and love.
okay. Good.
Does it tick the mark?
Yeah, I did not have any words in my heart, but I just
Or
said
does it describe us?
yeah, I think so. It does.
Yeah, because I think there was something I posted. Number one, I think purpose brought us together.
Yeah.
Then faith, I believe in God, and yeah, I believe in God and love and life. And then love, we believe love is real. We believe there is love. We believe love exists.
So that's good. Yeah. Number 6.
Okay, give me question number 6.
No, I'm asking you.
Okay, no,
Just was good.
okay, sorry. What do you feel about hey? This question go shake table. People who know her very well, very well, very well, they can relate to this question. What do you feel about me not allowing you to eat noodles as often as you do before?
Okay, this one
Eh.
is very personal. The thing is that before we come by, you say that he buys everything he has a certain day. So sometimes wow, please buy me noodles on your way, you buy it. On your way, you still buy it sometimes, but not as often as I used to. But it's a good thing. So you should I used to tell him that even if you don't buy it and you go to work, I can go and buy it now. And
Yes.
that's
Yeah.
but when we now started when we got married and still living together, there's enough food. So the stress to even go and buy the noodles, I know they see am
It
again.
didn't they?
It did. So I will just, and once we cook, it's sweet, it's delicious. So instead of me to stress myself and go and be buying the noodles, I'll cook my, it's even more healthy. Abi. It's
Yes.
for my uncle, so I'll
Yes.
just be eating it. But sometimes, once in a while, I eat my noodles with egg, but it's not as often as it's supposed to. It is not really like the way I was thinking it. But me, I said, "Ah, any day they say hungry me, I'll go and buy."
But then again,
Eh?
you have a point. But they say expectation is not good. But then I was still expecting a little appraiser. The fact that I was not rigid with the change. You just wake up and realize it was happening. I was not rigid buying it. So everything
Bitch,
shaped
I don't think you
gradually.
deserve any
Ah,
appraisal because
but I was not rigid
wait,
with the decision now.
but
Eh,
you were conscious about it,
but
about
it
not
was a
buying it.
gradual step by step. I didn't take like it was not enforced. It was just
It was not
just
enforced
realized
now,
we're
but
there.
me generally, I just feel like even normally, I don't think that we should enforce things on people that way. That's
Yeah.
my belief. So when you did it that way, to me, I wasn't expecting it to be another way,
Yeah.
like it being
But
enforced.
just appraiser.
You just want me to
Appraiser.
sharp face you. Yeah. Yeah, well done. Thank you.
So you say thank you, my lovely husband, for making the change.
Eh,
No, now for
eh,
making the change smooth.
eh.
I say it.
Thank you.
Yeah. Anyway.
I will think.
Okay, which question do I have left?
You have number four.
Okay, number four and what?
I
What's number
think
four?
that's all.
Okay, give me question number four.
Okay, what's the dream or goal together in the next 5 years?
In the next 5 years,
Yes.
um, one of which is I pray and I believe God that you would have been to set up your business to full fledged and where you have your off shop, yeah, and a lot of products and people working under you to be able to order internationally and like
Even for
expand
myself.
expand and travel out yourself to buy. That's one of the major ones. And also that by the grace of God, I know there are some things that I actually don't get worried about because we understand the God we serve.
Yeah.
But I think God will do that before then, maybe that we should have a home space of our own, and then we have been able to make more impact in life. Yeah, we're able to reach more people global and write a definition about their beliefs and some narrative about how people see life. So I believe in the next 5 years we need to make more impact, global impact, and then like I keep saying always to beat my parents a better life, and then can't wait to call their names. Yeah, welcome our seat, and then start nurturing them and Christ and having that big studio space where we will go to dish out the ideas to create content. Yeah, one of the big ones also is the full fledged of the whole vision God has given us, being able to hold meetings or conferences globally with youth, impacting youth and creating Christian movies and stuff like that. Exactly. And they have tablets of my heart. Wake me from the dream, I would say that I know you know them well.
Okay, that's nice. So my final question.
Okay. Your question. Yeah. Mm, that should be question number 10.
Okay.
No, how come? Okay, okay, yeah, 20. Sorry, I wrote 11 questions actually.
Okay.
Like a
So
bonus
it's
question,
10.
but it will be sweet if you take
I
11 from me.
10.
Or we'll just share an idea on
Oh
11
yeah, oh
before we
yeah.
respond to
Okay,
people.
no problem.
Okay, so the last one that will be question number 10 is how have we influenced each other in conflict resolution? Yeah,
I think we've kind of like answered
answered
this
it, yes.
before.
Yeah.
The thing is that okay, like him before, the way he used to resolve things before, like I mentioned, thank God for counseling. After that, he changed and all that. Though it was something I was complaining about, but
Yeah,
he also had a deep understanding about green cartoon, which he changed towards. And then me too, I think like he's someone that does not like arguments,
yeah.
and somehow I outgrown the argument stuff because I don't even have strength. Somehow I don't even know where the strength is. Like before we argue with you,
Yeah,
but somehow the strength is no longer there.
yeah,
So I just feel like I think maybe it's a thing of influence. It should be a
yeah.
thing
We'll
of influence
influence each
because
other. Yeah,
how it disappeared, I don't know. So
yeah,
that's
yeah. Okay. There's this one. Maybe both of us will have to answer it.
no problem.
So actually, it's here. It's like a bonus question. It says, what was the most important thing you were looking for?
Honestly, when people used to see my spec, they used to laugh at me in my house. They used to say I don't have spec because right from time, not like I don't have spec, but the idea of spec that most people have is not the same idea for me. Normally, my that spec gongo is a man that treats me right. That is my own spec. So if you treat me right, now mind you, that's not like my number one. But I'm just telling you what because when you're looking for, it's not one thing. Then I know most ladies first thing they'll shout is God fearing. I know they talk about fake God fear. I mean a man that is genuine, like that for real that he cares. What will make that man not do other men will do is not because of you. Flee from Potiphar's wife.
Yeah,
It's not because of he was too holy or anything, because of his love for
for
God.
God. Yeah,
So when you have a man that longs for God or that fears God, there are things that he cannot do because there's a point that maybe he will be too angry that if it's only you, oh, he might do that thing. But if you think that, oh, I cannot do this thing against God, or I'm bringing so and so thing to my home, you will not do that thing. So that person that you will know from the person's lifestyle if that
yeah,
person fears God. So that's like one of the major things. And also, I'm very keen on. I know, see me like this. I don't have strength. You know me. I don't want anybody that will stress me.
yeah.
That's
Oh, okay. You've answered it very well.
yeah.
One of the things I was looking out for before we met in a partner was number one, lady that have God at heart, that loves God because especially in the Christian fold today, um, when you want to judge or analyze someone, can be deceived into the church. For example, the outward character people display and all that, so righteous, so holy, so everything, you would want to mistake that for love for God, and somehow that may be the person's consistent display in church. Do you understand? But beyond that, one who loves God plays out in his actions, in his own daily life, even when nobody is watching them. So I looked out for that and I saw that in you. And somehow, like I told our counselor, which I know will continue in some other part of this series, we'll get to really talk about our parts and all that. I've been someone that was really in the world, you understand, and then I've done things and all that. So I've seen, and then when I see a difference, I will know that there's a difference here and all that. So I saw that in you, and then secondly, I saw someone who reciprocate love, right? And I'm somebody that I'm a giver, and by the grace of God, I try to do my best. And when I I'm also a caring person, so when I see love, give, and care in return, it melts my heart, and I saw part of that in you. And there's a kind of mother. There is one most important decision I can make. There are two most important decisions a man has to make in his life. One is the decision of who you get married to, your marriage and all that. Another decision that you can make, the most important decision again, is the kind of mother you give to your children. That is the choice they don't have to make for
For
themselves.
themselves.
You have to make for them. So I was so very keen about it. And I saw the attributes I was looking for in a mother and all that. I saw it in you too. I saw someone who would listen, someone who would also be gentle, and someone who also believe in discipline and all that, your lifestyle, your dressing too, and all that. So it matches my specification and all that. And
beyond the physical spec, like I will talk about that again in more episodes and all that. We talk about spec and all that. But that was all some few things that I can remember I was looking out for and I had to go. And we all cover, check the boxes. And so we moved.
Okay,
And today
nice
I'm
one.
happy doing life with you.
Nice, nice. So
Okay,
let's
so we want
check
to check
our
if
followers.
someone has dropped comments or questions that people that they would want us to ask.
Yes, so
And yeah, I
I
think for
don't
now
see
there is no question. There
no
is no question
question.
actually.
Someone said great
Someone said great
topic.
topic. AGS
Thank
Counselor want to
you.
say thank you for watching and then thank you for your comment. He said great topic and
Yes. Got Smasher Studio sent love.
Smasher, thank you for your
Thank you
love.
so
And
much.
another name there is it Emmy. Yeah,
Yes,
Emmy, if I can
Emmy.
remember, thank you
Thank
for your
you so
love
much for
and
your
then for
support.
watching. And we'll
Yes.
continue doing this. Just let us know also in the comment section if you would like to see this more often. So
Yeah.
we'll try to keep
So
doing it. Like by the grace of God, let's see how it goes maybe
yeah.
every Sunday.
And if you have any question, you can drop it in the comment section. So in
Yeah.
our next episode, we'll announce it just the way we made a poster
Yeah.
for this. So we are announcing our next episode. So in our next episode, we'll treat whichever question you have to ask. Maybe you're not online right now
Yeah. Yeah.
and you're not able to drop the questions now. You can
Yeah.
always drop it. And
Okay,
we'll
someone
treat
has a
it.
question. You say I have a question.
Okay.
I have questions.
But
But okay, please go ahead. Let's
please
still
ask. So
please ask.
ask, please.
Ask, please. Just drop
It does
personal
not matter. You
question.
can
Maybe
ask.
personal question you want to know about us, about the topic we dealt with today,
Or about life, so general, what
about
you think
life,
about
relationship,
relationship,
love,
marriage, anything.
Christian lifestyle, and all that. Let's just have one or two questions. It will be very happy to have one or two questions to attend to.
Say
I
but.
believe she's typing.
Oh, but oh, please type. We believe you are typing. So we'll wait.
We'll just wait a little bit.
Yes.
AJS Counselor Stanley, do you have a question for us?
Smasha,
Smasha, do you have a question for us? And
I don't know who else is online.
somebody say,
How did you guys meet? Okay, it's coming
aha.
from AGS Counselor.
Okay, AGS Counselor, should I answer the question
Thank
first?
you very much for that question. Yes.
Thank you very much for that beautiful question. We met in church, not just in church, in LFC, that's Living Faith Church, FHL.
FHA.
Not just there, in
In
technical
unit.
units. Yeah, that's where we met. That's where I saw her, and we became friends. And
Yes.
then time flies, and
We are here.
we are here together doing life.
Yes.
And then
So that
any
was how
question
we
again?
met.
That was how we met.
Yeah, in technical unit,
Yeah,
living feature
Living Faith Church.
Thank you for that question. So any other question?
Also, thank you to the man behind the camera, Prince
Prince Erica,
Bini best son,
Bini
Bini
first
first son, youngest governor. Thank you.
Thank you. So
So. Any more? Oh, okay, she said.
I see, but now why they reserve the question? They will like enter talking stage first. Ask us your talking stage question.
Ask us your topic
Even
question.
if I know say you never enter the talking stage before the talking stage,